Welcome to Storytime Kids.
Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our magical corner of YouTube. Today, we're diving into a classic tale about finding something truly special in the most unexpected way. So, get comfy, and let's begin the story of the Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time, in a bright and beautiful kingdom, there lived a young prince. He was kind, brave, and loved by everyone. But there was one thing he wanted most of all, a real princess to be his best friend and, someday, his partner in life. The prince had met many princesses from faraway lands, but he could never be sure if they were truly princesses. Some were gentle and some were kind, but he was searching for someone with a heart so sensitive and true, a real princess. One dark and stormy night, as rain poured down and thunder rumbled across the castle, a soft knock came at the grand doors. The old king himself went to open it and found a young woman standing on the doorstep. She was completely soaked from the rain, her cloak dripping onto the floor, and her hair stuck to her cheeks. "Please," she said politely, her voice gentle despite the storm. "May I have shelter for the night? I am lost and caught in this terrible weather." The king and queen, being kind rulers, welcomed her in immediately. But the wise old queen had a clever idea. She whispered to the prince, "Tonight, my son, we will see if she is a real princess." In the guest room, the queen prepared a very special bed. First, she placed a single tiny green pea right in the center of the bedstead. Then, she had her servants stack 20 soft mattresses on top of it, and then 20 more fluffy feather beds on top of those. It was a bed so tall, you'd need a ladder to climb it. "If she can feel this tiny pea under all these layers," the queen said softly, "then we will know she is a true princess." The princess, completely unaware of the secret test, was shown to her room. She climbed the towering pile of beds, snuggled under the warm covers, and yawned, ready for a good night's sleep. But all night long, she tossed and turned. Something small and hard seemed to be poking her, and no matter how she shifted or moved, she just could not get comfortable. Sleep simply wouldn't come. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the tall castle windows. The birds were chirping, and the flowers in the garden sparkled with fresh dewdrops from the storm. The queen entered the room and asked kindly, "Good morning, my dear. How did you sleep?" The princess rubbed her tired eyes and replied with a sigh, "Oh, I barely slept a wink. It felt as though I was lying on something hard. And it kept poking me all night. I'm quite sore this morning. I couldn't get comfortable, no matter what I did." The queen's face broke into a wide, knowing smile. She turned to her son and declared, "She felt the pea. She is a true princess." The prince's eyes widened with pure joy. "A real princess," he exclaimed. "Gentle, kind, and with a heart so sensitive and true." The princess looked puzzled for a moment, then laughed softly when they explained the test. "A pea? How clever! I suppose that explains why I felt something poking me. What an unusual way to find out." From that day on, the prince and the princess became the very best of friends. They spent their days exploring the castle gardens, playing with the friendly animals, and sharing countless stories and fits of laughter. The tiny green pea, the cause of her sleepless night, was placed in a golden jar in the Royal Museum as a reminder that even the smallest things can reveal the greatest truths. And so, the prince and princess lived happily ever after, in a castle filled with love, laughter, and a little bit of magic. What a wonderful story about how true character can shine through in the most surprising tests. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you love this fairy tale, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another story time with us. Until next time, stay magical.